I hate to have to be that guy. Normally I like to come onto YouTube and tell you about all the fantastic things that are going on in the marketplace. The stock market in the United States is up. The economy is doing fantastic. Here in Canada, we continue to grow the job pool, and that's excellent considering we've been having a tough time in a lot of provinces for the last few years with unemployment. Unemployment currently is at a low that it hasn't seen in a time since before the financial crisis. But with all this cheap lending out there, we may be digging ourselves a hole that we might not be able to get out of regardless of how good the economy picks up. I'm Cody from Wall Street Breakdown. You might want to break out a pair of scissors and get your credit cards because we've got some bad news about household debt in Canada. In quarter three, household debt across Canada reached a record high. I know what you're thinking. It's cheap to lend. It's cheap to borrow. We're at a 1% overnight rate, but again, the Bank of Canada has raised that rate twice in 2017, and you can expect more rate hikes coming in 2018. Probably in January, the next time they meet, we're going to see another 0.25% tacked onto that 1% overnight rate that's already out there. The big problem, though, is Stats Canada came out today and said there is $1.71 of credit market debt. That's consumer debt, mortgages, non-mortgage loans for every dollar of disposable income. Basically, every dollar you bring into your house, on average, you hold $1.71 in debt, a record number. In fact, that record number is $2.11 trillion of debt across Canada. Now, Stephen Poloz, the governor of the Bank of Canada, has said that household debt is one of his major concerns, just like what we could kind of consider the real estate bubble that's been happening in some areas across Canada. Now, while real estate has settled down recently, it's actually dropped 0.1% in the previous quarter, the debt keeps on growing. I know it's cheap to borrow money right now. I understand that, but that's going to increase. You don't want to find yourselves behind the eight ball and not able to pay off things as interest rates are inevitably going to be climbing in the future. You don't want to be way overdrawn on your mortgage or second mortgage or on all your credit cards as interest rates creep up. When you're out there for the Christmas season, please spend the money that you have, the money that you can afford to spend. Do not go out and leverage yourself so heavily on the credit side. We just don't want to see this happen to anybody. I'd like to be the voice of reason today and say that you, the smart Canadian, the smart investor, American, wherever you happen to be, please spend within your means. Don't worry about keeping up with the Joneses. That's not as impressive as retiring comfortably when you're ready to retire. That's what we want for everybody out there from Wall Street Breakdown. We want to make sure that you're doing the smartest things you can with your money, and spending money that you don't have, that you ultimately will have to pay back, is not going to help. Now, I know the economy's doing really well. I know it's picking up. You assume that jobs are going to pick up. Money is going to become more prevalent. It's going to make it a lot easier for you to be able to pay this back. I would like you to do the reverse of that. Allow the economy to pick up. Allow jobs to become more prevalent. But before you count your chickens before they hatch, get your debt in order and make sure that you can then flourish as the economy picks up and build up your liquidity, your ability to then go out and make purchases, not on credit, but through the money that you already have. We want you out there being able to invest, being able to save, have money for an emergency. We don't want you way overdrawn on debt. There's a reason Stephen Poloz, the Bank of Canada, and now Stats Canada have all been very concerned about household debt. It's because at $1.71 for every dollar that you make, it's getting out of hand. Please, out there in the economy, play very safe. You don't want the banks calling in your debt and potentially foreclosing on your house or taking away your vehicle or anything else that might be very unsettling to your way of life. I'm Cody from Wall Street Breakdown. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, thumbs up for this video, all videos, thumbs up for you guys who I know are out there making the smartest decisions with your money possible, and comments, leave us some comments. We love hearing from you. We care about you guys, and we want to make sure that you guys are doing excellent and being very, very prosperous in what should be a very prosperous economy here in Canada in the coming years. Have yourselves an outstanding rest of your Thursday.